Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Triple N Media. I am Dr. Nik Nikam. In this presentation, we are going to look at OpenAI O3, the latest version of OpenAI, which was just announced by Sam Altman approximately less than 2 weeks ago. And we're going to look at the insane computer power of this OpenAI O3. They started off with OpenAI O1, and they didn't want to use Open O2 because O2 was an issue with the copyright. So they just went from OpenAI O1 to O3. So let's look at what are some of the features of this OpenAI O3 in terms of computing power. What are the features, where it's going to be applicable, and how it is going to be used, and what's the cost of computation is going to be, pros and cons, and much more. So first, let's listen straight from Sam Altman about the announcement of this OpenAI O3. It's not 03, it is O3.
Good morning. We have an exciting one for you today. We started this 12-day event 12 days ago with the launch of O1, our first reasoning model. It's been amazing to see what people are doing with that and very gratifying to hear how much people like it. We view this as sort of the beginning of the next phase of AI, where you can use these models to do increasingly complex tasks that require a lot of reasoning. And so for the last day of this event, we thought it would be fun to go from one frontier model to our next frontier model. Today, we're going to talk about that next frontier model, which you would think logically maybe should be called O2, but out of respect to our friends at Telefonica, and in the grand tradition of OpenAI being really, truly bad at names, it's going to be called O3.
OpenAI has launched two separate modules, namely O3 Mini, which was just announced 2 weeks ago, and later on they plan to release OpenAI O3 at a later date. The expected date for the release of O3 Mini is January 2025, and shortly after that, the longer version is going to be released.
Actually, we're not going to we're going to announce two models today, O3 and O3 Mini. O3 is a very, very smart model. O3 Mini is an incredibly smart model, but really good at performance and cost. So the good news is we're going to make them available for public safety testing starting today. You can apply, and we'll talk about that later. We've taken safety testing seriously as our models get more and more capable. And at this new level of capability, we want to try adding a new part of our safety testing procedure, which is to allow public access for researchers that want to help us test. We're so excited to show you what they can do, to talk about their performance. Got a little surprise. We'll show you some demos. And without further ado, I'll hand it over to Mark to talk about it.
Cool. Thank you so much, Sam.
What are the features of OpenAI O3? It has enhanced reasoning. Both models are engineered to tackle complex tasks requiring step-by-step logical process such as advanced coding, mathematics, and scientific problem solving. Deliberative alignment. OpenAI has introduced a new technique aimed to improving the model's decision-making process, ensuring they adhere more closely to specific safety guidelines. Safety guidelines are an important aspect of any AI model, and they have gone a long way to secure safety in terms of its results or outcomes.
So my name is Mark. I lead research at OpenAI, and I want to talk a little bit about O3's capabilities. Now, O3 is a really strong model at very hard technical benchmarks. And I want to start with coding benchmarks, if you could bring those up. Great.
This model is incredible at programming.
Yeah, and not just programming, but also mathematics. So we see that on competition math benchmarks, just like competitive programming, we achieve very, very strong scores. So O3 gets about 96.7% accuracy versus an O1 performance of 83.3% on the AIME. There's another very tough benchmark, which is called GPQA Diamond. And this measures the model's performance on PhD level science questions. Here we get another state-of-the-art number, 87.7%, which is about 10% better than our O1 performance, which was at 78%.
Let's talk about the computational power. The computational power of O3 is unparalleled. The O3 model demonstrates a 20% improvement over the model O1 in benchmarks assessing complex coding and advanced math and scientific skills. They cater to a varying computational needs and applications. Cost.
Just to put this in perspective, if you take an expert PhD, they typically get about 70% in kind of their field of strength here. So one thing that you might notice, from some of these benchmarks is that we're reaching saturation for a lot of them, or nearing saturation. So the last year has really highlighted the need for really harder benchmarks to accurately assess where our frontier models lie.
OpenAI has not talked about the specific cost involved in using this AI service, but nonetheless, the chart shows that the computational cost of O1 compared to that of O3, and you can clearly see the cost goes from less than $100 to $1,000 per task when you're using OpenAI O3. So let's keep that in mind, but the amount of work that you're going to get from OpenAI O3 is exponentially far better and greater than any other system we have at the present time.
These improvements come with significant compute costs and concerns about deceptive tendencies observed in prior reasoning models like...
What are the areas where this O3 is going to be most applicable? Let's look at complex problem solving, ideas for tasks in coding, mathematics, and science that require advanced reasoning and step-by-step logical processing. Research and development suitable for academic and institutional research requiring sophisticated AI reasoning capabilities. AI is currently inviting external researchers to apply for early access to these models to test them out before they are released to the general public in January for Model O3 Mini and at a later date for Model O3.
Hello everybody, my name is Greg Camrad and I'm the president of the ARC Prize Foundation. So our first benchmark, ARC-AGI, was developed in 2019 by Francois Cholet in his paper on the measure of intelligence. I'm excited to say today that we have a new state-of-the-art score to announce. Before I get into that though, I want to talk about what ARC-AGI is. ARC-AGI is all about having input examples and output examples.
Well, they're good.
They're good? Okay. Input examples and output examples. Now the goal is you want to understand the rule of the transformation and guess it on the output. So, Sam, what do you think is happening in here?
Probably putting a dark blue square in the empty space.
See, yes, that is exactly it. Now, that is really, it's easy for humans to intuitively guess what that is. It's actually surprisingly hard for AI to understand what's going on. What's interesting, though, is AI has not been able to get this problem thus far, and even though that we verified that a panel of humans could actually do it. Now, the unique part about ARC-AGI is every task requires distinct skills. And what I mean by that is there won't be another task that you need to fill in the corners with blue squares. But we do that on purpose. And the reason why we do that is because we want to test the model's ability to learn new skills on the fly. But the work also is not over yet, and these are still the early days of AI. So we need more enduring benchmarks like ARC-AGI to help measure and guide progress. And I am excited to accelerate that progress, and I'm excited to partner with OpenAI next year to develop our next frontier benchmark.
The pros are the primary advantage of O3 models lies in their improved reasoning abilities, which could have significant implications for various applications, including scientific research, software development, and education. The other great advantage of O3 is it can learn from its past experiences and build on that so that it can continuously improvise its results with more and more iterations. Potential for innovation. O3 model could unlock new possibilities in AI research and development by pushing the boundaries of what AI systems can achieve in terms of complex reasoning tasks.
We don't just want it to repeat what it's already memorized. That's the whole point here. Now, ARC-AGI version 1 took 5 years to go from 0% to 5% with leading frontier models. However, today, I'm very excited to say that O3 has scored a new state-of-the-art score that we have verified. On low compute for O3, it has scored 75.7 on ARC-AGI's semi-private holdout set. Now, this is extremely impressive because this is within the compute requirements that we have for our public leaderboard, and this is the new #1 entry on ARC-AGI Pub. So congratulations to that.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Now, as a capabilities demonstration, when we ask O3 to think longer and we actually ramp up to high compute, O3 was able to score 85.7% on the same hidden holdout set. This is especially important.
87.5.
Sorry, 87.5, yes. This is especially important because human performance is comparable at 85% threshold. So being above this is a major milestone. And we have never tested a system that has done this or any model that has done this beforehand. So this is new territory in the ARC-AGI world. Congratulations with that.
Congratulations for making such a great benchmark.
Yeah. When I look at these scores, I realize...
What are the limitations? Currently, the model primarily available for research and safety testing, with broader public access expected at a later stage. Safety is the most important thing in any AI models, as they are prone for excess use in the wrong direction. As with any powerful AI technology, there is a risk of misuse, such as generating harmful content or perpetuating biases. In order to limit those things, this has to be tested in a broader field of applications and see how it has to be fine-tuned so that the results are more geared towards a positive outcome versus ending up in the hands of hackers who could harm not only the system, but also the society.
Okay, so to sum this up, O3 Mini and O3, apply please if you'd like for safety testing to help us test these models as an additional step. We plan to launch O3 Mini around the end of January and full O3 shortly after that, but that will, the more people can help us safety test, the more we can make sure we hit that. So please check it out, and thanks for following along with us with this. It's been a lot of fun for us. We hope you've enjoyed it too. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
This great future and hope for this OpenAI O3 model, and we will see in the coming weeks and months as how rapidly it is going to be adapted and its applications in the real world. Thank you so much for watching this presentation. We will see you in the next presentation.